seen somebody who had something that you liked and you wanted it? That's what this story is really about. You ready to listen?
Yes.
The story goes like this. There was a man who was a woodcutter. And all day long he cut wood. And you know what he used to cut wood? An axe. And it was an old, ordinary iron axe. The only significance or value was that it used to be his father's axe. Because his father was a woodcutter too. And guess what? The axe had even belonged to his grandfather, for his grandfather was a woodcutter too. So every day the woodcutter would take his axe and he would go out and he would begin to chop wood. Sometimes he had a lot of work and he made good money. Sometimes it was kind of tough. But he would always work very, very hard all the time. I'll go.
Amen.
I'll go.
Amen.
And he would chop and chop. Well, one day he goes and he's chopping a tree down near the river. So he's chopping, chop, chop, chop. And his hands begin getting sweaty. And as he chops, his axe flings off his hands and falls into the river. Splash. Well, can you imagine? He was so upset because now he couldn't chop wood. He couldn't make money for his family. He didn't know what to do. So he began to cry. And out of the water came an angel. And the angel came out of the water and said, "Why are you so sad?" And he looked and he saw the angel. Now, he was amazed that he had seen an angel. And he spoke to her and he said, "I lost my axe. It's the only way I have to make money for my family." And she says, "Wait." And she goes, splash, and she goes into the water. She takes a few minutes and comes out of the water carrying a silver axe. A solid silver axe. And she tells to the woodcutter, "Is this your axe?" And he looks at it and he thinks, man, with a silver axe, I could sell that axe and I could make a lot of money. But it wasn't his axe. So you know what he does? He tells the truth. "No, that's not my axe." And she says, "Wait." She goes back into the water, splash. And she goes and she goes and she comes back up, this time with a solid gold axe. And she looks at him and says, "Is this your axe?" And he looked at that solid gold axe and thought, if I sold that solid gold axe, I would be rich. I would never have to work again. And he looked at it, but he knew that that wasn't his axe. So he tells her the truth. "No, that's not my axe." And she says, "Wait." And she goes back into the water, splash. And she goes down and she's working and she's working. She comes up with his old iron axe. "Is this your axe?" And he says, "Yes, that's my axe." And she gives it to him. And he's so thankful. Thank you so much." And he turns around and he gets ready to go back to work on his tree. And all of a sudden she says, "Wait. Because of your honesty, I want to give you the gold axe and the silver axe." Well, she was very excited about this. So she goes and she gives him the axe, and the woodcutter takes all three axes, and he goes into town. And everybody's asking, "Where'd you get the axe?" And he told the story of what happened. One man was so jealous, you know what he did? The very next day, he goes home, and he gets his axe out of the shed, and he goes to the water, right where he said he was, and he threw the axe into the water. And he sits down, and he fakes like he's crying. And the angel comes out of the water. "Why are you so sad?" And he goes, well, I lost my axe in the water. And she said, wait. And splash, she goes into the water. And she comes up carrying the solid gold axe. Is this your axe? He looked at that solid gold axe. And he thought about all the things that he could buy. And you know what he said?
Wait.
Yes, that's my axe. Yes, that's it. That's it. And he reaches his hands out for it. And you know what the angel does?
Wait. What?
The angel says, oh no, this is not your axe. And because you lied to me, not only will I not give you the gold axe, but I will also not give you back your axe. And she goes and she disappears into the water. And you know what that man did?
Wait.
He sat down by the water, and this time he really cried because he had just lost his axe and he did not have the money to buy another. I tell you this story because sometimes you think it'd be better to tell a story to get something that doesn't belong to you. But tell the truth. Because in telling the truth, you will often end up with greater things than if you had ever lied. And that is I'll go.
Amen.
I'll go.